Hey developers, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to show you the simplest way to display a beautiful data table in your React app in just 3 easy steps. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned developer, this tutorial will have you up and running in no time. Let's dive in. First things first, if you don't already have a React app, follow the tutorial linked in the description to create a basic Hello World app. Today I'm using StackBlitz to shortcut the initialization process. StackBlitz provides an easy-to-use web-based development environment, so I recommend it for simple projects such as this. I'm going to stop my running application so that I can install my dependencies. And I'm going to add the Freslertable library to my project by running the following command. npm install @fresler, F-R-E-S-L-E-R /fresler-table --save to save it to my package.json file. Next, remove the strict mode component from your app. This might be located in your index.js or main.tsx file. Wherever it may be located, we need to disable it due to a conflict with strict mode and the React Beautiful D&D library, which enables Freslertable drag and drop functionality. The Freslertable team is working on the issue, but for now, we must remove the strict mode component. I'm going to restart my app just so that I can make sure that everything's working as expected. Now let's set up our data. You'll need to format your data in JSON format. You can use the example data and column definitions linked in the description. Today we'll be using free mock customer data provided by mockaroo.com. Add a data.jsx file to your source folder and define your data in JSON format. So I'm just going to copy some example data that I got from Mockaroo, which is basically customer data. So we have the names of the customers, the budgets, the phone numbers, email addresses, etc. Now we must create the column definitions for our table. So I'm going to create a columns.jsx file where I'm going to define the columns for my table as well. So I'm just going to copy some example columns here. When defining columns for your Freslertable library, I must define the display name, which will be the column header title, the field, which will be the JSON property to be mapped to this column as it is defined in my data, the type, which is the type of data to be rendered. This indicates to the Freslertable library how the data should be displayed by default. Finally, we must define whether or not the data in the data table can be edited by the user via the display table using the editable property. So I'm just going to set that to true to allow the user to edit the properties. And if I need, I can provide a callback function to the Freslertable library to update the data which might be located in a state. Today, we won't go that far. Believe it or not, it's time to display your data table. Navigate to your app.tsx file and import the Freslertable component. As well as the default CSS. Import your data. And import your columns. Okay. All right, so once we have all of that imported, we can go ahead and instantiate our Freslertable. So we need to provide the, I will just make sure that it's Freslertable, and we need to provide the init data property, which will be our data, and the initial columns, which is init calls, which will be our columns. And then we can close out that instantiation. Okay, and on the right you can see our new table rendered very easily. The CSS is very simple. The styling is very straightforward. We have full drag and drop functionality to move around the columns, to also move around the rows. We can select multiple rows, we can delete rows, etc. So the Freslertable library provides a lot of extensibility. You can customize the way that the columns are rendered. You can search through different columns. So if you're looking for specific positions, you can add filters. You can group by certain columns as well. So the Freslertable library provides all of the functionality that you'll need to handle a more complex project. But for today, we'll stick with this very simple example just as a starter pack for you. Great job creating a simple and stunning data table in your React app. The Freslertable library offers many additional features to enhance your project even further. Check out freslertable.com for more details. If you run into any issues, feel free to open a GitHub issue on the Freslertable repo. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tutorials. See you next time.